What do you okay think?
And we have a new segment.
This is exciting.
Oh
It's
my
a brand
God.
new segment. It is called What Do You Think?
What do you think?
Yeah, and it is an M&M show.
Yeah.
It is an M&M show, but we actually are, I troll around on Facebook, Michael, as you know.
Yeah, you troll
I troll
everybody
around
on
a lot of
Facebook.
places, but I do troll on Facebook because I have a lot of friends there. And I think it kind of represents what people have on their mind, what they're thinking by what they're posting.
Because they think it's unedited, right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't think anybody is really paying any attention, so I'm just going to
Exactly.
tell you what I'm thinking. It's sort of like Twitter,
Yeah.
but longer.
Yeah, and that way you can gauge what, maybe there's things you think of that maybe you might want to change your thinking about for one thing, or, laugh at or something. So Michael and I are going to take turns. We're each going to read 3 things that have actually appeared on Facebook, and then we will have...
These are actual quotes from Facebook.
These are actual quotes from Facebook, and then we're going to have one of our banter discussions about...
We're going to discuss them.
What do you
about
think?
why do you think, what do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah,
Right?
what do you think?
What do you think?
Okay, all right. I'll read the first 3
Okay.
because, all right, I have my glasses on.
I know, really.
What do you think? Now, this was a post. Give Trump a thank you in the comments. How many thank yous can we get? I did put here 23 people thanked him, and they were all from the South.
Yeah, that sort of makes sense, yeah.
And it's sad.
sad.
Thank you, Michael.
You have your glasses.
Yeah, it's sad how many people you were once so close to can become just another stranger that you don't know. Well, that's what they said. 3, if you were happy that God woke you up this morning, tell God thank you. And Michael, read these other 3.
What would you do if you woke up with $1 billion tomorrow? Having the flu sucks. How long do you have to keep your tax and insurance records? Okay,
So this is what's going on.
Which one jumped out to you?
Which one jumped out to me would be, what would you do if you woke up with $1 billion tomorrow?
What would you do?
Oh my gosh, I've got it all planned, because you know me and my
You
man.
play the lottery.
But I don't just play it, I consider it an investment. I play the same numbers every day. I never don't play for the past year. Same numbers. I play the Fantasy 5, the Power, the Super Lotto, the Mega Millions, and the Fantasy 5. And I play the same numbers on all of them, except I have to drop one for the Fantasy 5. So I know they're coming out. It's just I don't get to know when.
Right.
I do it and I forget about it, like an investment, but I've got it planned. First of all, I will open a 401k, which my thing is about abused women and children, and I want to open something that would help women and their children to get restructured in society.
Yeah.
Because I was in a situation like that, and I know what it's like to be against the wall with no place to go and nothing to do.
Right.
So that's the first thing, and I would of course make a nice donation to Spirit Works.
Right. Right.
And what I really want to do is advance my production company. I want to have money to pay actors, to pay crew, to pay staff. I have movies I'd like to make, and they all have messages, about how we can be better people, rise up to be better people. So they're good.
Would you buy a
movies.
house?
Yes, I would buy my own house. And
Would you have like your own production
Yes,
office in the
yes.
back and everything?
I
like
would
that?
have an in-house production. That's a good question. I really would, especially with a big green screen room.
Yeah.
And I would also rent a studio out by Warner Brothers, the same place Clint Eastwood has his, over on Amanda Drive. Is that Amanda? Alameda?
Alameda.
Drive.
It's Alameda.
It was an A. It was an A. I created
I'm
my...
driving without my glasses. Amanda,
but
Alameda, who knows?
Yeah, I would want to have, because the
But the
ones-
one, there's sort of one that's, the one that's probably the
Yes.
easiest
Let me
to do
guess.
would be the first one that Marguerite read. But it's, I gotta go with it, Give Trump a thank you in the comments. How many thank yous do you think we can get? You got 23 of them, they were all from the
That
South.
legitimately.
You
Yeah,
had
from the South, yeah.
Had you actually read them all?
No.
What did they say?
No, those
He
I
is
did
just the
read.
truest
No, were they-
American
no.
I've ever seen in my entire life. He speaks for me. He talks to me. He talks in very simple ways that I can talk to and understand. That's what he does.
You do that very well.
I know, but I
If I
am
did
from the south,
Well,
sort
you-
of south central.
well, you
Kansas.
know, you know what? This is my theory on that, because I've been trying to figure this out, because I have a lot of people that like Trump, you know, I really like them anyway, you know, they think the.
I actually don't have any.
But I actually believe this. If you say that you support Trump, I'm not clear, because first of all, let me say, I believe in God. And God doesn't separate people, and God doesn't not like certain people because of where they're from or who they are. So Donald Trump, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know about politics, he does not like Mexicans, he does not like blacks, he doesn't like people coming in here. It's what he believes, he wants to build a wall. So if you're a Trump supporter, that's, you don't like minorities and you want to keep them away from you. And you just don't have enough money to be able to stand out and say that on your own.
Politics.
This-
You've got a very strong political view about
Well,
it.
this is usually why I don't talk about politics, because I could go in there and rant with the best of them. I
Yeah.
choose not to, because even as I speak about it, this is another thing, people, you feel your blood pressure going up. And I stay healthy and young and active, so I don't usually go there, but this is a real thing that popped up.
But so to put this into like a metaphor, sort of visual for you, because you're a visual person, you think this, correct? And Trump thinks this. Everything's separated,
Yes,
everything
everything's
is
separate.
apart,
Yeah.
everything, and then it's sort of like everything goes boom, 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 like that, right?
Yeah.
That's how, yeah.
Because I believe in inclusion. I believe this world is for all of us, not just for Donald Trump, not just for the people he likes, not just for the rich white people. I think this world is for all of us.
Well, I'm very liberal, and I think that I think people are truly hurting. Like, there's been 30, 40 years of inequality and stagnation and things going up and not coming down, and people just feeling stuck. And their anger comes from that being stuck. And it's like, but if you're stuck, you have to choose somewhere else to move to. So they just followed their anger.
Presented when I edited.
Yeah, really, because we got really
Yeah,
serious, and we
kind
usually
of-
don't.
Yeah, we're not really a political show, but we just express
We
some
just had
honest
to go there.
opinions, and
Yeah.
some of this will be in what you see. And don't write to us, don't hate us, we love everybody.
Well, no, if you do,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if you do hate us, then keep
Write
it to yourself.
Or write to
Keep
Trump.
it to yeah. Send it to him.
Or post
Or
it
just
on
keep it to yourself, because we really don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually-
I don't need to. I don't need that. We don't need your hate
I
coming
love,
into
I
us.
love everybody, and you know.
Well, and I even love Marguerite on her good and bad days.
yes,
You know.
and the
and-
same here.
I know, it's
Darling.
true.
Well, this has been a wonderful show. We gave from our heart.
We did, and we only did
We did.
two, but
Yes.
we've got more of these coming.
Yes.
We
So
really do.
yes, we'll come back to our next M&M show. We just have a lot of.
There's so many things that
Yes.
we're doing, but you
And
have to
subscribe. That's
okay?
very important.
Subscribe
Yes.
right there. Okay,
And
make sure-
also
subscribe.
watch the Real Fake News.
Yeah,
And
Real Fake News.
subscribe to that too. Okay, see you next
We're
time.
everywhere.
We are.